Hey everyone, welcome to another day of Tracey TV. I'm not in the car or rapping to Lizzo. I'm sorry. I know that is very entertaining thanks to the one and only Charlotte Pontarelli. But I'm here today to talk to you guys about hugging. I'm a hugger. It's one of these great stories that my husband and I joke about, that when we first started to date, I would give him a huge hug when I saw him. He thought, she's totally into me. And then he thought, no, she does that to everybody. But I was totally into him. But I think this is a really interesting. So I just listened to another podcast by Mark Hyman, and I wanted to share it with all of you because it really filled my own heart with joy. And it was the idea of the immunology of joy. And I think we all know that stress is bad for us. Hope we all know by now that stress is bad for us. Stress literally weakens our immune system and makes us more susceptible to illness. It's not just in your head. It literally, your stress talks to your body. It affects your immune system. So that's, real science behind that. So stress is bad. And what we're finding is that the inverse of that is actually true, also true. So the promoting of joy in your body, the promoting of gratitude in your body is actually protective of the immune system, which is so cool because hugs are awesome. And doing them more is something that I think we can all aspire to. And having more gratitude in our life, not only does it make us just feel better generally in our hearts, but it actually is helping improve our health. So I'm going to throw my glasses on it. I just want to read you a couple of things. I think that they're really cool. There was a study at Carnegie Mellon. This is this really cool study of people, and they measured physical touch and then their susceptibility to getting a cold. And they found that in particular, hugs were actually protective. You would think that the opposite was true, because if you were touching all of these people, you're more susceptible, like the germaphobes out there, you're more susceptible to germs, but hugging actually had a protective benefit. I was just having this awesome talk with my friend Danielle Hatton, who's this really awesome woman, and she was talking about how Tony Robbins, she goes to a lot of Tony Robbins stuff, he says that hugs should be at least 7 seconds long in order for you both to get the benefit of the hug. So I hug all my kids before they leave for school in the morning. I'm going to make them do it for 7 seconds now. But there's also another study that shows 20 seconds of a hug. And I've done this with a really good friend of mine, but 20 seconds of a hug actually releases oxytocin into your body. And so that it literally is a releasing of a hormone into your body that has a relaxing effect. So 20-second hug is really cool, especially if you're planning to do something that makes you anxious. You can do a 20-second hug, and that's really powerful. So I think that that's amazing. There was also another study that showed that people with congestive heart failure, I think I'm saying it right, congestive heart failure, were in a study where they did gratitude journaling. And through the study, because they did gratitude journaling, their blood flow actually increased, which I think is so, so cool. So we think it's all like, we think this stuff is kind of woo-woo, but it actually has benefits in the body. And then the other one that I thought was really cool was called Molecules of Emotion. There's another study called Molecules of Emotion. And it actually showed that our brains, our bodies listening to our thoughts. Our brains are listening to our thoughts. So all of this stuff I just think is so promising. Gratitude practice. I'd love to talk to you more about what I do, because I've got something that I really love called the Daily Trinity with some women that I adore. But any kind of gratitude practice is amazing. And if you want a hug, I'm your girl. But the one thing that I wanted to invite you to do is, if you want to listen to this podcast, it's only short, full of information. Send me a message and I'll send you the link, because it's really cool. I mean, I have like a page and a half of notes just from a 7-minute podcast. Okay, so that's enough for today. Enough of Tracey TV. Consider yourself all hugged. Lots of love to you all.